You the funds up front, then we wait for your customers to pay us. Fund your business today. Call AmeriFactors right now.
800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. That's 800-847-1183.
Hi, welcome folks to Fifth Street Sports on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. You can catch us on iHeartRadio. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. We're also on American Forces Network. Folks, it's a beautiful Friday afternoon here in Vegas, and we got a grand slam today. We got Chip Chirimbus in the house, Mr. Shawn McCollom, and, of course, my brilliant co-host, Oklahoma Brian. We got a great show for you today. We just finished our Raiders draft here in Vegas yesterday. We're going to talk about our just a little bit more of our little bad beat in the Golden Knights. But, Chip, welcome. Shawn, how you doing?
Thank you.
And, of course, Oklahoma. Brian, how are you, buddy?
Oh, fresh after a day off.
Well, we're in kind of mourning over here, but at least we got a little justice. The Golden Knights, we didn't want to be whining about that penalty, but it was so blatant and so arrogant that the referees are not allowed to Brian, Shawn, tell us what happened to these refs that blew that call.
That was an absolute horrendous penalty, one of the worst calls in all the sports. So what turned out to be a 5-minute major should have actually only been a 2-minute minor. Eakin should have never been ejected. The stick clearly in slow motion was at his chest, not the neck. It was a little bit more dramatic. I'm glad that the Sharks player was okay, but definitely the wrong call. The NHL even apologized to McPhee and Foley.
And what about the refs?
Well, and how many goals did the Knights allow in that 4-minute and 1 second period? How many was that exactly?
4 goals in 4 minutes.
4 goals.
Yeah.
All right. Refs made a bad call.
Yeah, no, but those refs are they got suspended. They are not allowed to go forward in any more.
You know what they can do? I'm telling you something. They ought to appeal and apply to the NFL officiating crew so that they can work the Rams and Saints games, and then the Rams and Sam's officials can get into the NHL, and it'll just be more of the same.
And just to make things worse for our Vegas that we're down and out, last night the El Paso Chihuahuas beat us 9-8 over here at Las Vegas Baseball Park. Another great crowd, but we got beat by the Chihuahuas 9-8.
They hit the ball.
Yes,
they're the Padres system. I saw them the other night, Frank. In the big game, they scored 15 runs, and they hit the ball pretty well.
Wind blowing out. Brian, when we come back, we're going to talk about the draft, buddy. Get ready. Fifth Street Sports back after this timeout.
Want to fly somewhere? Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Then call. That's right. Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. Low-cost airlines has all kinds of cheap travel deals. Fly domestically and save up to 75%. You can even fly internationally and save even more. Yes, fly anywhere in the world and save a lot of money on your plane tickets. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. So don't book your tickets until you call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531.
Attention to anyone that's written a book or wants to write a book. The process is not that complicated. Take a first step. Even if you write a page a day, you'll build momentum and your book will become a reality. The hard part is getting it published. That's when you need to call Page Publishing. They've got hundreds and hundreds of thank yous from different new authors, just like you. They make the process of publishing your new book and getting it sold online a simple process. You can learn how simple it is right now by calling for your free Page Publishing New Author Submission Kit. One quick 3-minute phone call, that's all it takes to get free information and learn how you can get your book published. Pick up your phone right now and call us 24 hours a day at this number. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. That's 800-603-0885.
Taming the briar patch, mowing the lawn, trimming the Yeti. Whatever you call it, it's about time we talk about manscaping. Guys, you manscape, right? You know, keep things trimmed and fresh below the waist. 9 out of 10 women of all ages prefer their guy manscaped. But you got to have the right tools for the jewels, or you'll look like you used a machete. Pop over to manscaped.com and check out their perfect package. Not that perfect package. The Manscaped Perfect Package 2.0 that was a smash hit on Shark Tank. It features the lawnmower, a precision trimmer engineered for below-the-waist grooming. Its skin-safe technology means no more accidental nicks and burns. Check out the lawnmower and the amazing grooming and hygiene products that come with your perfect package. What's that saying? Trim the shrubs and the tree stands taller? Get 20% off plus free shipping today. Visit manscaped.com and use promo code RING. Again, use promo code RING at manscaped.com. Manscaped.com.
Fifth Street Sports, folks, we are back. We got a full house today. Shawn McCollom, Chip Chirimbus, and my co-host, Oklahoma Brian. Right off the bat, Brian, we've been talking in between the segments because, you know, you have your numbers and sports analysis. I want you to go first. Chip has made a line. Brian, are you following this here, buddy? Look at the line, and we're gonna give you the first bet. Okay, he's got 2 proposition bets that we can make with Chip. Kyler Murray over under 5.5 years in the league, and Boza over under 8.5 games. Okay. Well, Brian, here you're coming in. You're not coming quite in right now.
No audio.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Okay. So tell me what you think of those 2 propositions, and then after you, we'll go to Shawn and see how he'd bet it.
So are you saying 8.5 games this year or 8.5 games lifetime for both?
No, this year.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that Boza's probably the safer pick. But I think that this is a era in sports where you've got to I think pivot towards the high risk, high reward player. And I think the upside of Murray is huge. He's going to sell an insane amount of tickets for a franchise that's had a hard time selling out that stadium. I think both players make sense for each team.
Yeah, but I know, but you just answered that like a president. Would you bet? What would you go over or under?
I would go over on both.
Okay.
Wow.
No, I understand that. You know, when I was doing this, it was just more a matter of fact, offhand, making a joke with everyone there. How would you play this? What would you make the number? And the Boza thing is, my point was that both these character number 1 picks, number 1 and number 2 pick, have character. They have flaws, not character flaws, but they have flaws in their game. One guy's 5'7", and you have another guy that can't stay, hasn't been on the field. So how are these the number 1 and number 2 picks? And they're both could go under.
Now, now, Shawn, if you're a betting guy, what would you do on both those propositions?
For me personally, in the Bosa situation, I like the under 8.5, and I'll tell you why. Because definitely he's going to be the franchise player, but he has he's never played at that kind of speed, that kind of level. Granted, he's built for it, but you got to tie in the scheme, all the sets that they run in NFL. Quite a different ball game than college. I think he will start. He'll get to about 3 or 4 games, but I don't think he's going to start over 8.5 games.
Can he have a relapse at all and miss everything?
Right. And then also, you can't really prepare until you're actually there. You see what I'm saying? So the speed in NFL is going to be 10 times faster. He takes that one quick hit, the speed. I think he'll adjust. Don't get me wrong. He'll be a great franchise player for the Niners, but I think the speed's going to get to him. So I'm still sticking with that under 8.5.
How about Murray?
Murray? Gun to my head, I'd probably say I like the over on that one, actually. You don't make that kind of call with that kind of magnitude if you don't see potential. But he's in there for long term, especially with Arizona getting rid of.
Maybe it'll have nothing to do with talent. It'll be more along like the Griffin situation.
Absolutely, I agree.
Well, Brian, we're all out here in Vegas, buddy, and we're in mourning. Our Knights got bounced, and then yesterday the El Paso Chihuahuas beat us 9-8. And as you can see, Chipper's been going to the games. The wind's blowing out the other night, 15-9. You got to listen to my wind reports in these games and bet the over.
Yeah, I got to start doing that. Now, I've been reading a lot about the science of wind and totals, and, there's an argument that wind is somewhat priced into the market more than a lot of people realize, and that atmospheric pressure is it's kind of the new, angle that a lot of weather guys are starting to crunch.
I'm not a meteorologist, but balls are flying out of this place. I'll tell you that right.
I can't wait till you come out here. I'm gonna take you to one of the games with me. Hopefully we can catch a foul ball, buddy. That would be such an honor to catch a foul ball with you and get the guys to sign it and take a picture with Finn. I mean, come on.
Such a geek.
They need to get a humidifier in there just like they do at Coors Field.
Now, do the Chihuahuas have a bat dog?
I don't think the Chihuahuas had a bat dog, no. And I think I think the league minimum is 40 pounds for a bat dog. You got to be at least a 40-pound dog. Because, the bat weighs quite a bit.
Well, if you're going to name it after a dog, they could be the
Kyler
tunnel
Murray.
diggers.
This is the year of Kyler Murray, though. Don't we have to give a Chihuahua a chance at being a bat dog?
Yeah. Hey, but now we're talking about Sean over here, okay? He that I am a Vegas homer, UNLV, Raiders, Knights, the whole deal. But nobody is more than Mr. Shawn McCollom over here. I mean, he had his face painting days, graduated UNLV, went to Boise.
Got the tattoo on my arm.
He's got a tattoo.
Born,
went to Boise,
born and raised,
and we bailed him out of there after a year and told him you better come back home. Face painting, Raiders went to the. How was that Raiders draft yesterday? Talk to us about that.
We had a huge turnout. It was great. It was tremendous. I love the picks that we got in the draft here. And like to allude to what Frank said, best thing I ever did was come back to Vegas. My roots are here. They will always be here. Absolutely proud Las Vegan.
By the way, what's the name of your dog?
Tarkanian.
Thank you.
Sean, where's the value in the number 4 pick that the Raiders took right now? There's a lot of criticism out there.
Yeah, there is. And I was, to be honest with you, me personally, I was a little surprised. I really liked the pick. I wanted Williams from Alabama. Obviously, he went right before us to New York.
Right.
That's why, in my opinion, we didn't get him. But this Farrell kid out of Clemson, I really like him. And I'll tell you why. 2 reasons. He's got the girth. He's got the strength. So the pass rush is there. Okay. I'm glad we didn't get Allen out of Kentucky because the lateral movement I'm not concerned about. We need rushes. We need strength on that defensive line. I'm really happy with the pick. I am a little surprised, but I think it'll bode well for us.
Okay. What did you think of the Giants pick at number 5, taking the quarterback?
My goodness, I still can't comprehend that. That's all I heard this morning on the radio.
Well, my thoughts were I think they have a plan, and it's definitely at least a 2-year plan because Eli threw for 4,400 yards last year. So they're not going to be unloading him. And they're thinking down the line, this kid's 6'5.5", and they've had him in camp. I think they really got the guy they wanted. Maybe they could have got him at number 17.
Right.
But they got the guy they wanted, that's for sure.
And I think they are smart in taking a quarterback because obviously they were thinking long term, just like you said, Chip, for the long term. But the quarterback out of Duke, I mean, time will tell.
They're not going to Super Bowl this year. I mean, they had so many holes, and then they come defensively after that, which is the road to go.
Yes.
Brian, you do realize what's about to occur here in 2020 when Gruden comes here in the Raiders, don't you?
I'm going to be laughing even harder at Gruden. I can't wait.
Oh, buddy, you're going to be eating some playoff dirt. I'm telling you that because we have
Homer.
to make the playoffs when Gruden gets here.
All right. We'll see. Could this Clemson kid, Farrell, I guess, would he have been able to make it in the AAF? I know he's a first-round pick in the NFL, but
here we go.
Here
we go.
Wait,
the now defunct AAF, right?
Yeah. Wait a second. Yeah. Now he's fresh. He's right out of the oven, unrehearsed. Sean, now think clearly, okay? Mm-hmm. The AAF is a professional football league.
No longer exists.
Right? No.
That's debatable.
If you would have taken the best players from the AAF
right,
and matched them up against Alabama.
That's not the question, actually. You're
what would the line be in a championship game between Alabama and AAF team?
In the AAF, oh my goodness, you got to give the slight nod to Alabama. I'd say.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'd say
God.
3. Put it at 3. 3.5's pushing it. 3.
Because we had
Smart
the other
kid.
side favor. We had the pros
Oh,
favor.
okay.
You know,
This
we're
is
talking
a
about
smart.
the depth.
Are you sure that you're related to Frank?
Last time I checked, I am.
He doesn't know, but
Okay.
Can't choose your family, Brian.
Well, I've taught him how to gamble since. How old were you when we got down on our first game, Sean? Were you 6 or 7?
Yeah, it was probably closer to 7. Yeah.
7 years old. I got this kid gambling. I mean, I'm not proud. I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it. I want to take it back. But sometimes he
Christmas
doesn't.
dinners, yeah.
But see, you know what? Now I got to rethink my thing because he knows speed, lateral position. He knows he's in depth. So maybe Brian, I might have to concede a little bit.
Well, player personnel knowledge was really helpful at times.
This would have been the championship weekend, I believe, of the AAF.
Yeah, at Sam Boyd Stadium, actually, here in Vegas.
Originally.
Yeah.
Another thing we missed. I mean, Vegas is really.
I would have gone. Wouldn't have you gone?
I would have gone, absolutely.
Yeah. He wouldn't. We couldn't get him out. We couldn't get him out.
Now, I'm going to bet against the Chihuahuas tonight. I'm going to go with Vegas because I think we've had enough bad beats in the last week. Don't you believe?
5-game homestand against the same club. That's the rotation's getting worn out. But I've noticed one thing about the lineups because I've been there enough. They're jockeying these a lot of these players in different positions.
Chip, we got to hold that. Folks, we got to take a timeout. We'll be back after this break.
Because this guy.
Do you use the blue pill to charge your sex life? Have you been thinking about trying the blue pill? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992.
Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Clapper, Chief of Orthopedic Surgery at Cedars-Sinai Medical Group in Los Angeles, California. Dedicated to your health, your life, and your sports. As a weekend warrior, you know about sports injuries and pain. Exercise is an important element in keeping your body's core in good shape to minimize sports injuries. But when you are in pain, there is one product that I recommend to my patients, and that is Blue Goo Gel. Blue Goo consists of a proprietary formula developed specifically for the treatment of inflammation and general muscle aches and strains. I recommend Blue Goo for my patients coping with hip and knee pain before surgery, especially bursitis and tendinitis. Give Blue Goo a try. Call 1-888-330-0123 and you'll receive a 1-week supply of Blue Goo absolutely free. The makers of Blue Goo are even paying the shipping. The number again is 1-888-330-0123. If you want more information on Blue Goo, visit online at www.dothegoo.com.
Now available at select Big 5 stores near you.
At 28, I had struggled with opiate and meth addiction for 12 years. I did and said things that the sober me never would have done. One day I realized I was not invincible. I was not exempt. And that's when a friend told me about elite rehab placement. They gave me the tools I needed to get sober, and all it took was the one phone call.
Elite Rehab can help you start to break your addiction problem and get sober in as little as 7 days. And we'll work with your insurance provider to help cover the costs. Plus, we have travel assistance programs to get you here by plane or train. Make this free call right now to learn more. 800-403-5912. 800-403-5912. 800-403-5912. That's 800-403-5912.
Folks, we're back. 5th Street Sports on Sports Byline USA Radio Network, American Forces Network. We're on iHeartRadio, streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. Catch us on Twitter at 5th Street Sports. All right, Brian, here it is, straight out of the UNLV campus, because my friend over here, Mr. Shawn McCollom, he is a major Rebel guy. This Chris Beard, okay, because I know you're he bailed on us here. Shawn, tell us a little bit, like, what's the thoughts on this guy at the UNLV campus?
Being a proud alumni, you got to put him probably, I'd say, public enemy number 3, behind Maxim number 1, and then these two clowns in the NHL making the call in the Knights and Sharks game. So they were not happy. You see what he did. Obviously, he takes them to the national championship this past season. Who knows what he could have done here at UNLV? Definitely the right call. But then the Board of Regents, the whole thing was just a cluster.
See, what you just said was definitely the right call. You said, right? So,
absolutely.
So he made the right move by getting out of here. Mm-hmm. And we had mentioned before, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and you mentioned the Regents.
Absolutely.
So that was one of the things that I had said to these guys. You have a hate and disdain for this guy, and maybe what he told he would have isn't what they were delivering to him.
Right.
And that very well could be the case, and he bailed out after 11 days.
Yeah, and the system to get it done was flawed. I think Nevada is the only public institution throughout the whole regions in the whole, United States. Nobody else has a system. So you're right, absolutely. We had the means, but just the way that it was done,
and the Regents and alumni are not backing with cash their new coach either.
Absolutely.
Brian, you see what I mean? Brian, now what do you think about something like that being done to our running Rebels?
Well, first of all, I think you have a good coach in the guy you just hired.
I do too.
But in terms of Chris Beard, I mean, it's a tough situation. He absolutely did the right thing. There was it was an awful situation with the Regents and the uncertainty over Chris Beard's head. And, I feel bad for UNLV, but I really think it would have been a mistake for him to have not made that same decision, although it has to be one of the weirdest 19 days, that any coach has ever gone through.
I don't think they have any plan, do they?
No, not really. But here's another question that, okay, Shawn, I don't know if you watched the show about maybe it was 8 or 9 weeks ago. Brian was about 3 to 4 weeks ahead of time when the LSU and all the coaching scandals and things broke out. We were way ahead of it. And throughout the show, we've been talking about all the corruption in college basketball and that. Why don't you tell Brian, do you believe that our Rebels with Tarkanian, like we did anything shady or illegal during our time with the Shark?
Oh boy.
He was clean as O.J. Simpson.
Out of good faith, we could say. Is that a possibility? I mean, good intentions? No, I mean, like an extra meal here and there. I can't speak for them. I obviously wasn't there. I was only 1 year old at the time. So, but is there ever really a true clean cut program out there?
No, well,
ask any of that.
But I mean,
he was better than all of them.
He was. Ask Shawn. Shawn, how old are you? Because I graduated from Gorman. I went to school with Danny Tarkanian. And I took you to the function where we actually got with all the Rebels and Tarkanian.
Yeah,
and everybody signed the
Greg
basketball.
Anthony, all of them.
Now, when I introduced you to the coach Tarkanian, and he signed your basketball and he put his arm around you, we took pictures with Theus and all the players.
Oh, yeah.
Did he look like he could do anything really that kind of corrupt like these other guys are doing?
No, absolutely not. I mean, he,
Thank you.
The Caliparis, the Krzyzewskis now,
You crack me up.
Does that answer your question, Brian?
It cracks me up, I'm telling you right now.
This is like debating Santa Claus versus the Easter Bunny. They all cheat.
An extra meal here or there, maybe.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Always for good intentions of the kids, right?
Yeah, it's good intentions for the kids, right?
Yeah.
Two of them had to take pay cuts when they went into the NBA.
They did?
Yeah. Augman.
Wow. Well, Brian, I mean, it's a little bit of Vegas homerism over here, but we are making our footprint here in pro sports.
So I got a question. Shawn, what's your thought on the potential of UNLV landing a spot in either the Pac-10 or the Pac-12 or the Big 12?
Yeah, there's been some discussions of that before. If anywhere, it's got to be the Pac-12. I think the regional aspect of it, everything plays into factor. they have a good chance. I still think it's going to take some time because they're still developing members into the Mountain West Conference. But the best pick for them would be the Pac-12. I can see it happening in the near future, but not immediately.
Sean, here's a team that could have gone to postseason tournaments, NIT and CBI and a number of others, and hasn't gone in 7-8 years, even though they had winning records.
Correct. It was actually 6 years ago. 2013 was the last time.
Right. So how is that going to spread your brand, or how's it going to increase your profile if you don't go? And why would the Pac-10, 12, or whatever they are? Why would they be interested?
Perfect example. Well, first and foremost, just the whole thing that makes the world go around, money. Okay, you're going to get, perfect world. Let's say UNLV does jump to the Pac-12. You're going to get a lot more funding, a lot more resources. Actually, the cash is going to be flowing in. That helps.
They're already playing their postseason tournaments here.
Correct, and the talent level I think it'll broaden the competition as well because everyone wants to play for a Power 5 conference, so to speak. Right now, the Mountain West, they're not there, but they have been in years past. But Pac-12 would definitely be the right move.
Yeah, I can see it working. I was saying what's right now UNLV. It doesn't look like they're up to snuff with them at all.
No, not at all. I mean, in perfect example, you have the coach of Reno, Eric Musselman, leaving to go to Arkansas. They're going to be probably a 5th, 6th place team in the SEC at best, but obviously it's all about the money. He's still going to have his players.
So can you see both Nevada and UNLV going at the same time to the?
I don't know because I don't know how the whole legality aspects works. Eventually they will be, but I think you have to go one at a time, baby steps.
Ryan, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, Brian.
I think those are pretty aspirational goals. I really don't think UNLV fits as an institution into the Pac-12. I would prefer Pac-12 if I were you too, if I were you guys. But I think that if it's even going to happen, it's going to be somewhere like the Big 12, who's desperate for television sets, for more eyeballs and bigger TV contract. I can't see the Pac-12.
But Brian, we're bringing T-Mobile Arena into and that has what we're talking about as far as college basketball. We have big teams in the Big East. They're playing west of the Mississippi. So, who's that T-Mobile will be very attractive to anybody, any conference, and the Big 12 might be interested as well.
Yeah, and the Pac-12 holds their tournament there every year. We've got 4 conference tournaments here in the Valley every single year.
I mean, look, I would prefer, if I were you guys, I'd prefer the Pac-12. I don't think the Pac-12 would ever take UNLV. I mean, they're already at 12 teams, so would UNLV be the next most attractive team to the Pac-12?
What do you think? I believe so.
I do, because you got to figure back in the heyday of TARC, they were the first mid-major to win the national championship. They were dominating. They were still in the Big West Conference, circa 87 through 93, actually. But yeah, well, I can see Brian's take though.
How could they accept them with their football program and their football facilities? They don't measure up.
And you just Chip, you read my mind. Absolutely. Yeah. So because if you look at even the bottom feeders of the Pac-12, you have the Oregon States, the Washington State. Granted, they're much improved in football now. They all have a well-rounded program in both sports, not just men's, women's, everything from volleyball, basketball. They're all competitive. Where UNLV potentially only has basketball. That's when they're good. So
their women's basketball is competed at sometimes, and they're going to have to upgrade that as well as say volleyball because that's the Pac-12 is a big time when it comes to that stuff.
Oh yeah, and all those beach schools playing the volleyball. Yep.
Yeah, that'll be a great part about covering the new UNLV Pac-12 agreement.
I hate to be the Debbie Downer here. I just think there's a certain level of snootiness among the Pac-12 and the presidents of the Pac-12, and you guys will probably disagree, but the public perception of UNLV is a commuter school and not necessarily a high level of research institution compared to the Pac-12. And is that fair? I don't know, but I think that's
no question.
Yeah, I'd say that's absolutely fair because obviously you have Stanford in the Pac-12, you have UCLA, USC, good old private school down there. But no, Brian's absolutely right. UNLV, and I'm not just saying this because I'm an alumni, it is getting better in the research they've made. We just opened our first medical school about 1.5 years ago, so it's taken steps. But Brian is absolutely right. It is 100% and always will be a commuter school.
Wait a second, but how's our hotel administration?
Number 2 in the country.
Thank you.
Yes.
Cornell gets our curriculum.
Why are we number 2?
Cornell takes the curriculum for hotel administration here. Yes,
I don't know what that.
That is true.
I don't know what that means, but yes, yeah, it's great. best home economics program in the country. Hang your hat on that.
Yeah.
I just think that we're not stealing enough when it comes to these players. We're just too clean to
Try
be
harder,
able to get such a. But we can learn how to steal around here too.
What was the old Raiders adage? You ain't cheating, you ain't trying, right?
Right. You ain't. What was the senile Al? What for the Raiders?
Oh, good old God rest his soul, the late Al Davis, senile Al. Those draft picks in the early 2000s. Wow, that's kind of.
Now, if Al was here, I would bet you that there would be a lot more shadier stuff going on for the Raiders. But
oh yeah,
but he beat the NFL at every turn.
Yes,
I mean, he moved from one city to another, back again, and just every single turn he was in the right. He could do what he wanted to do, and he did it.
So, Brian, there you go. So, I mean, you're right. I mean, UNLV isn't quite there in a lot of departments, but we're getting there. We just opened our medical school department. What do you Sean,
Absolutely.
You think what's it going to be? Maybe with everything coming here in UNLV, I think in 3 to 5 years,
it's really going to put us on a map, especially with the football team moving to the new Vegas Stadium when the Raiders get here. Obviously, that doesn't do anything for talent, but it broadens. You get the exposure, you get the television. That in the long term, right?
We have to be getting a major bowl game. That's going to be a brand new bowl game that'll be designated just for this. Not one of those rotating championship games, which would be fine.
Right.
But its own specific bowl game.
And there's talk eventually for potential Final Four here in Vegas.
Andrew's signaling us. We got to take a break, folks. We'll be back after this timeout.
As soon as we're back out in our yard, we get company.
Dandelions, lurking crabgrass, and weak-thin grass. But Scott's Turf Builder Triple Action takes care of them all. Now, with one bag, you can kill weeds, prevent crabgrass for up to 4 months, and feed for greener grass. Triple Action, so your lawn thrives, guaranteed. Only from Scott's.
Weeds aren't welcome here.
This is a Scott's Yard. Pick up a bag of Scott's Triple Action today.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip, or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780.
Where do you want to go on a vacation or honeymoon? The Caribbean, Europe, Hawaii, Mexico? How about Disney or a cruise? At Superior Cruise and Travel, we've got you covered. We'll assign you your own travel concierge. They'll help you design a custom vacation plan that you can't find online. And the service is completely free. You can't compare the value of this to any other online travel company. We can help you plan a custom vacation anywhere in the world. We even offer payment plans with no credit card required. Now you pay off your vacation on your time schedule. Call now and mention the promo code RADIO and save up to $500. Book your custom trip. Call Superior Cruise and Travel now and talk to one of the highest rated travel agencies in the country with a 5-star A+ online rating.
800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. That's 800-570-9631.
At Robert Half, we know finding the right employees is a job in itself, and it's a job we love. You see, Robert Half isn't just a staffing firm. We're people. People who believe in finding the right people to fit your company's needs. Because employees who are a good fit are more productive, more engaged. Finding a great candidate isn't easy, but at Robert Half, we know it's possible. Robert Half, the experts in accounting, finance, IT, legal, marketing, and administrative staffing. Learn more at roberthalf.com/radio.
All right, folks, we're back. Fifth Street Sports on Sports Byline USA Radio Network, American Forces iHeart, streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. We have Shawn McCollom, Chip Chirimbus, and my co-host Oklahoma Brian. We're going to have some really great stuff on talk. This is the Talk You Can Bet On segment. We're going to talk a little bit more before we get to our picks. By the way, Brian, Chip, hockey, playoff hockey, 12-2 documented.
How about that?
3-0 yesterday at Major League Baseball. So I want the folks to stay tuned. We got some great stuff. Chip?
Yeah, it's cooking really well. But more important stuff, we have some baseball stats for you, Brian. I don't know if you're up on this. I know you're probably going to love to hear it. Our boy Tim Tebow, 55 at-bats, 8 base hits, 5 RBIs, 22 strikeouts, and 55 at-bats. He's hitting 167.
Ooh.
And he had a better spring when he was down in the Grapefruit League in Florida, but right now it doesn't look too good. He was 0 for 5 yesterday.
Wow. But the big question is he selling tickets?
That's the only reason I have my guess, but he is playing in AAA, and unless they get some pop out of his bat this year, I can't see it happening. Too bad he wasn't coming here. We'd be able to see him, but he's playing in another league. So,
What is the AAA affiliate for the Mets?
I'll have it for you in a second. It used to be Tidewater.
You think
Tidewater, right?
You guys think that, like Shawn, do you think that Tim Tebow can eventually even be called up in September for a squad?
Yeah, potentially. Like Chip alluded to, he's got a great spring, but I think it can happen. It's going to take time because obviously baseball is probably one of the most developmental sports there is out there. But I think he definitely has a shot.
Brian, it's Syracuse. They're now playing at Syracuse, which they played in about 40 years ago. They had a team in Syracuse.
I'm rooting for
Syracuse was Syracuse the Toronto affiliate for a long time, I think, right?
What was that? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Oh, I said Syracuse, I believe, was the Toronto AAA for a long time.
It may have been. It may have been. I'm thinking actually it was probably the Yankees. Bucky Dent was when he retired. He was managing a AAA team in Syracuse. I remember seeing them play.
Yeah.
And
well, Chip, you mentioned Tidewater, so it's funny. When I was little, I was really into baseball cards. When I was 12, 13 years old, and there was a year where Dwight Gooden got sent down to Tidewater, and they had the most incredible roster on the Tidewater Tide in about 86, I want to say, 85, and I bought like 10 sets of Tidewater Tide, baseball cards, and I thought I'd made the smartest investment, and I think they're still worth exactly what I paid for them.
I know Gooden was at Shea in '85 and '86 because they won the World Series then. So
yeah,
and he was something else when he first came up. 19 years old, smooth. Fluid.
Yeah. So this would be like 2 or 3 years later when he had his first drug issue. They sent him back.
He's doing like a rehab assignment.
He was doing a rehab, so he was technically on that team. Yeah.
Is that a double entendre?
Yeah. Wow, all the way back to good. So, gosh, Shawn, man, now, Shawn, because you were such a alumni here for the Rebels. I just want to get how was it exactly when you were doing the face painting times when you were getting ready for these games on a level of 1 to 10? How psyched up?
Oh my God, I was probably all as good at 11. I was going in school. I was in a fraternity here. Did the whole face paint. I mean, I ate, slept, breathed Rebel basketball. Went to occasionally, 1 or 2 football games a year, but that drive to Sam Boyd, man. But no, it was there was nothing better in my opinion.
Even his bedroom, because this is my nephew. Even his bedroom, Brian, was painted entire Rebels.
I had it painted red. Got my old Jerry Tarkanian poster and.
So Shawn, you didn't like having to get in and out of Sam Boyd Stadium?
No, not at all. And I loved. Actually, I did love the whole non-paved parking down there with the big old dirt lot.
What a nightmare
that was great.
That place was, wasn't it?
But gosh, I mean, this Raider Stadium's got to help us out a little bit, don't you?
Oh, absolutely, a lot closer.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, it will. A lot closer to the facilities. It's really, like I said, on a national level, it's going to really expose UNLV because they're going to be playing there. But it'll be really well.
Well, you guys, now it's Talk You Can Bet On. Okay, Brian, you're going to go first because I've already been talking to Chip about some of his releases. What on anything? Hardwood, horsehide, ice?
Horsehide.
What do you got?
This feels like the squarest pick possible, but I'm gonna do it. I like Golden State tonight, laying 9.5, I guess. Game sevens are notoriously can get out of hand, and I just I don't know. It feels wrong. It feels square. I hate even giving the play out, but I like the play. I played it.
So you laid the chalk on. Now, 2 days ago when Houston played and the Clippers beat them, America's Worst Bettor came in on Golden State, and Houston lost both games. So, I mean, laying 10 on the road, Brian, wow, that's not like you, brother. It's
I
not
know.
like you.
Feels
Sean,
wrong.
Do you got anything to give the folks to make some money on?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to go opposite what Brian said. If anything, you look at the total in that game. I like the over, I really do. But what scares me is, the road favorite. Not always a big fan of the road favorite. If I had to make a play, I like the over on the Golden State LA game. I do.
All right, now we go down to the 12-2
Now,
ice guy.
who's the notorious guy you were just mentioning went over to?
America's Worst Bettor?
Yeah, who's that?
Oh, he's a guy that we get his bets from.
Is he in today?
He is not in today. He took a pounding the other day. He's 0-2. I believe he's 20% in the playoffs. I don't know why he didn't bet, but when his bets come in, we share them with the
Well,
folks.
he might be using my NBA bets at 20% because ever since we came up here and said I was 24-2, it's really taken it down. Or probably like 10-20 since then. And the NBA I'd stay away from because I'm waiting for the next round to start. But I have recovered in the NHL, though. You have evidence of that, going 12-2 in the NHL since the playoffs have started. All guaranteed plays, all single play each and every day. But I'm going to go to Major League Baseball today. Frank, I don't lay heavy favorites, and very unusual, me coming off a good night to be laying the New York Mets with DeGrom against Milwaukee. Bucks have lost 4 in a row, 8 of the last 9, and really are struggling after that great start, and not so hot on the road and really hot at home. So I have the Mets with DeGrom coming back off of the IL. He was on the injured list, missed 10, 11 days, so he supposedly is ready. We'll see.
It just goes to show you the versatility of our staff here. I mean, we're always pro-dogs, anti-public, and sure enough, here comes Brian laying 10 on the road with Golden State. Chip laying 9 to 5 in baseball. Sean taking the over. We're always about dogs, under, taking the points, folks, but it just goes to show you got to learn how to bob and weave to make money. You just can't always go one way.
I was thinking about that today because, by the way, it's $1.80. But I was thinking about that today. As I said, I don't do this, but this is the play. I mean, this is the side for what I do. And there's no sense me backing off of it and using a game that I don't like just to have something out there. So, come with the one game, and that's what I have.
Well, I'm going to share mine with you guys. I'm going to stick to my ace-king suited the way I don't bob as much as you guys. I am going to take the Detroit Tigers Norris plus $1.21 at the White Sox Rodent. I don't think that this Rodent is really any good, and they shouldn't be laying $1.30. So I'm going to take the White Sox plus $1.21.
I was just to have Norris's last time out. I got rained out, got pushed back a day, and I don't like doing that. So the next day I wasn't using it. For some reason, I just couldn't come back on him, and he won. So good luck today. God bless you.
Thank you. Hey, I'm going to get both of your opinions, Brian and Sean's, because I got a guy that wants to ship it at me on Colorado to beat the Sharks in the series at $1.20. Sean, what's your opinion on the Colorado Sharks series?
I still think San Jose prevails. I like Colorado to get a game in or two. Tonight, though, I do think San Jose wins. They get the home ice. They're just a more physical team. And what I think, actually, that Game 7 that they had against the Knights the other night, or this week, that's really going to propel them. I like the Sharks to win it. If I had to pick, I'd say Sharks in 6.
Brian, you got an opinion on that series?
On hockey, no, I don't. I do have some Florida Rick baseball plays.
Oh,
if you want
nice.
'em.
Okay, let's get him.
Let's
brother.
hear him.
Okay.
Fill it.
All right, here we go. He's got, I know he's got Cleveland. Let's see. Sorry about that. They just disappeared. Yeah, here it is. Okay, in the Major League Baseball, he's got Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Do you have it on your phone? Because I thought I had it. It disappeared. I know those are two of his plays, though, are
Hang on,
Pittsburgh
let me
and
see, because
Cleveland.
I asked, because I asked Rick, because he's a big contributor. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Game 963, Pittsburgh plus $1.55. That's against you, Chip, right?
No, he's playing the Dodgers.
Oh, he's playing, playing the Dodgers. Okay. 973, Cleveland plus 112, and 968, Boston plus 105. So, Brian, you got the same as me. He's in on 3 plays, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. You're right. Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Boston.
All right. So there we. Anybody else got to contribute?
Well, I think Atlanta looked live with Fried, F-R-I-E-D, the lefty. He's 3-0. I think he's given up like 16 hits in 25 innings and getting a start against the Rockies. But, Brian, the Rockies, after scoring 2.8 runs the first 11 games, they've come alive, and they're starting to score some runs. I think they've won 4 in a row and 8 of 10, I believe, somewhere around there. So I always tread lightly when that type of stuff happens because you know how teams turn it around, and then they'll win 10, 12 in a row.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the Rockies, I will say. I've got a big futures play against me on the Rockies, so.
Hey, but Brian,
I've for a bridge if they win it all.
I've got some great news for you. When you come out here to visit and I take you to our Las Vegas baseball park, I've been talking to Chip, and he has given me a foolproof system, baby, on how to get us a foul ball.
Yeah.
Chip, why don't you? I mean, he's got the stadium down. Chip, when I take Brian to the park, how do we get a foul ball?
I'd rather not say right now. I think there's certain things that we have to keep to ourselves, and this is one of them. When you get there, you'll get a foul ball.
Well, he has got me a guaranteed foul ball seat. You know that?
To protect Chip's secret here, I'm going to move the conversation real quick. We actually have a message in from YouTube. And as always, if you want to chime in, you can go to youtube.com/Fifth Street Sports or facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk. And right now we actually got a message in from Billy Donlin. And this is through YouTube. And he's asking right now, arena football tonight, Washington versus Baltimore. What do you guys like?
Sean, that's got to be your department.
Sean, that's got to be you. Oh, I'm passing it on to Sean.
Yeah, no play for me. Nothing there. Sorry.
I'll tell
Sorry,
you what,
Billy.
that's really reflective of what our diversity of what our audience is interested in.
Hey, we've taught him how to make
I
money.
missed the number and the line on that game, so maybe you'd have to refresh
Brian,
me.
you got a number on that game? You're in front of the computer.
I don't, but I don't want to compromise Chip's sources and methods on foul balls. But I will ask, does this involve Finn?
Does it
Finn the
do
dog?
we
Is
need
he
Finn to
involved
get
in
the foul ball, Chip? Give us a clue.
No, you just need agility.
Yeah.
We
So you
just
don't need to
agility.
smuggle a dog in. You don't need to steal and then smuggle the dog into it.
They don't allow fishing nets in there. You can't bring any nets.
But Brian, he says if we follow his instructions at the park, we are a 6-5 favorite to walk out of there with a foul ball.
Boy,
wow.
Are you really?
Well, you were so high on it.
You're hallucinating. I think I'd make you a 1-20 dog on this one.
Well, folks, when we come
need
back,
a home run first off.
when we come back, folks, Fifth Street Sports, we got to take a break. Shawn McCollum, Chip Chirimbus, and Oklahoma Brian.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. They want your money, and guess what? They can legally take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you. So what do? Fight back by letting our team of experts at the tax helpline work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws and will fight to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket.
800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. That's 800-932-1749.
If you or a loved one is suffering from a physical or emotional condition that has left you unable to work, then listen carefully. Take this number down. 800-593-7491. That's 800-593-7491. When you call, you'll speak with a Social Security disability expert and get a free evaluation to see if you may qualify for disability insurance benefits from the U.S. government. That's right, a monthly cash payment paid directly to you from the Social Security Administration. Whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied disability benefits, call now. The disability attorneys at Pinnacle Disability can help you build your case, file an appeal, and represent you at no upfront cost to you. Don't wait another minute to see if you may qualify for your Social Security disability benefits. Call Pinnacle Disability Group at 800-593-7491 for your free case evaluation. That's 800-593-7491. 800-593-7491. Call now.
Being a new parent means every high and low you can imagine. But Evos can make it all easier with a baby monitor you can trust. Go to myevos.com, that's MYEVOZ.com, to see how Evos can be the eyes and ears of your nursery. Evos works with your smartphone to provide a live audio and HD video connection to your baby anytime and anywhere. On a date, at work, away on business, even serving your country overseas, Evos helps you never miss a moment. Whether your baby is with a sitter, your partner, a grandparent, or a friend, you'll be right there too. And with unique features like smart alerts that know the difference between a barking dog and your baby crying, extensive sleep tracking data, and state-of-the-art security features for your peace of mind, Evos is the smart baby monitor for connected parents. And enter the code SPORTS at checkout for $20 off. That's myevos.com. MYEVOZ.com.
You should mention it.
Folks, we're back. Fifth Street Sports. We only got a few minutes, but I got a rebuttal here from Mr. Billy Donlin. Okay, I just looked up your game, and I just saw it into an account that it's not a sharp account. The Washington Valor against the Baltimore Brigade. Baltimore's -4. Billy, if it were me, I would take the $1.45 with Washington. First game in arena football. But this is what I got to ask Brian, because Brian loves to talk to Billy Donlin about this. Brian, if Billy Donlin was to tease an arena football game, how big of a personal foul would you give him?
That would be worse than the East or West Shrine game tease that he suggested a couple months ago.
So
which I
Billy,
thought was the worst.
Billy, no teasing arena football, buddy. That is probably one of the worst plays of all. But you guys, before we go, we forgot to mention Josh Rosen.
Josh Rosen was traded to Miami, according to Shawn.
Yeah,
right?
he went to Miami. Yeah,
and that'd be good. They needed a quarterback. They needed something down there.
Yeah, and they knew all along what they were doing with Murray. So yeah, Rosen goes to Miami.
Yeah.
Yep.
What did they give up for him?
That I'm not sure. I just came across the wire. I have to look into that. But no, I know definitely Rosen's gone to Miami. Not sure what they gave up.
That's a good fit.
Cool.
Well, I think he can play. I mean, I like people that are playing that position that I thought he was kind of arrogant. He was kind of cocky, and I think that you need to be a leader.
Right.
You know, I mean, if you can't play, you can't play.
And
but
he fits the system well in Miami. He does.
I mean, he wanted New York originally because he said, I can play there. I can,
Yeah.
you know. And then I said, well, a lot of guys are afraid to go there.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we got to wrap up the show. Brian, I'm rooting for your Golden State tonight, buddy. I don't got nothing on it, so I root for you. Shawn, thank you very much, buddy. I can't wait to have you back on the show.
Thank you,
Chip,
guys.
thank you as always. You guys, we thank you, and we appreciate you for watching and listening to us on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. Good luck this weekend. Be safe, and enjoy yourself with all of our selections. And don't forget, chipwins.com.
Thank you.